The big story, viewers, that we have for you is what is happening as far as the oil market is concerned. Oil prices have been going up because of Middle East crisis and also disruption at the Strait of Hormuz. And now, amidst all of this, India has received a relief. In the middle of rising global oil tensions, the United States of America has granted New Delhi a 30-day waiver to continue buying the Russian crude even as the Middle East conflict disrupts global energy markets. But the decision has also triggered sharp political reactions back home, with the opposition leaders raising questions whether India needs a permission from the United States of America to secure its energy needs. The U.S. Treasury Secretary noted that U.S. oil and gas production has already reached record levels, and the temporary waiver is meant to keep supply flowing during the current crisis. The Treasury Department has therefore authorized Indian refiners to continue purchasing Russian oil for the next 30 days. U.S. Treasury Secretary has said the move is meant to stabilize the global energy supplies and prevent disruption as tensions in the Gulf region continue. Let me go across to my colleague Srinjoy Chaudhary, who is joining us on the broadcast. Srinjoy, good morning. Firstly, explain to our viewers what exactly has happened over the last few hours. What kind of a waiver it is that US has given to India?
First of all, this is for 30 days. And in 30 days, you would expect the Americans are probably calculating the war would be over and oil supplies would be back to normal. Now, these 30 days, India can buy Russian oil, but a certain kind of Russian oil, the oil that is already in tankers and moving around, not oil that has to be pumped. Now, how much that will be remains to be seen. But this is clearly an effort to ensure that oil prices just don't go through the roof.
But Srinjoy, the point really is that why should America be allowing India to buy oil from a particular country? We all know that India has been buying oil from Russia, even though the quantity has come down. Iran is our biggest seller. We import the maximum amount of crude from Iran, then comes Saudi Arabia. Even though quantity from Russia has been going down, but we never really stopped buying Russian oil despite all the threats from the United States of America.
You're right. India has always bought Russian oil, much less than in was past. As you know very well, much of the oil that is being bought by the private sector. And the private sector is not buying as much because there is a fear of American sanctions on them, because the American government has sanctioned two Russian oil firms, Rosneft and the other one. Now, the whole point is that this means that the oil that is being imported by the private sector can be imported again without sanctions. That's the point. India is making it very clear. We are a sovereign country. We can buy whatever we want from any country. That's the whole point. India has made it very clear, and more than once, that look, we will buy oil. We will buy anything we want from any country that we wish. We don't want to be told by any country to buy this and not buy that.
Right.
So that position is very clear. But in this case, as you know, most of the oil is being bought by the private sector.
Right.
And if it's being bought by the private sector faces a question. Should we continue to buy cheap oil from Russia and face American sanctions or not?
All right.
And
we'll leave
to
it
a
there.
large extent, they had chosen not to buy oil.
Okay.
Now comes a 30-day relief.
Right.
We'll see what the private sector does.
All right. We leave it there. Srinjoy, thank you very much for joining us and putting things in perspective for our viewers. Now, what has happened after this particular order came from the United States of America? Here in India, this waiver has triggered a big political debate. Congress Member of Parliament Manish Tiwari questioned whether India needs any permission from Washington to decide as far as its energy sources are concerned. In a post on X, he criticized what he called the neo-imperial arrogance of the United States and asked why India required a waiver to secure its own energy interests. And we are getting a reaction from Samajwadi Party as well. There is a lot of politics that's happening on this particular issue. Samajwadi Party is also echoing the view of the Congress Party. Samajwadi Party netas are also raising questions on the center over claims by the United States of America, again repeating what the Congress has asked as to why is India seeking any kind of a permission from America. Listen in.
भाजपा की सरकार में जिस तरह से रशिया से तेल नहीं खरीदेंगे, हम ये नहीं करेंगे, हम वो नहीं करेंगे, हमें किसानों के लिए पूरा व्यापार खोलना पड़ेगा, ये फैसले हुए। और अब जिस तरह की खबरें आ रही हैं कि 30 दिन का समय मिला है, अमेरिका कौन होता है भारत को 30 दिन का समय देने वाला? अगर हमारे देश हित से जुड़ा मुद्दा है, अगर हमारे देश के सामने कठिनाइयां परेशानियां हैं, तो देश हित में हमारी सरकार फैसला करेगी। अमेरिका कौन होता है ये फैसला बताने वाला कि 30 दिन की छूट दी जा रही? इसलिए देश की सरकार को विदेश नीति को स्पष्ट करना चाहिए, देश हित में फैसले लेने चाहिए और किसी दबाव की आवश्यकता देश की सरकार को नहीं है।
Let's now go across to my colleague Mohit Bhatt, who's joining us live right now for more on this. Mohit, good morning. How has the government really reacted? One, to the order by the United States of America, and second, to the kind of reactions we are getting from the opposition.
Well, Hina, good morning to you too. And the government has clearly stated, they have stated that we have adequate oil, and for next 25 to 30 days, we do not have any issue. Now, India is also contacting OPEC, and they are in continuous talk with the other countries. In fact, to fulfill their energy needs when it comes to the gas, India is in talks with Canada and Australia, and they have said that they will provide India with the gas. India has sufficient amount of oil as of now. This is what the government says. The government also says there is no need to panic. The prices as of now are not going up, and hence no need to pay heed to any rumor. Secondly, the government has said that we will continue to buy Russian oil. So that has been the government's stand. As our senior colleague Sanjay was saying, the government has clearly stated earlier too that we will work upon and take decisions on the basis of our national interest, that if we believe that we are getting oil from A or B country, and if it suits us, if it is available to us at a cheap rate, we will not be dictated from any other country that what we need to do, what we not do. We will work in the national interest and for benefit of our citizens. But the language that has been used by Treasury Secretary of the United States, that they are giving 30-day waiver to India, that has created political ripples within the country. Well, the opposition party, specifically the Congress Party, and we were playing the reaction of Samajwadi Party too, they have come out and said that India is not a subordinate nation. India is a sovereign nation. What is this, the language that is being used? What is this waiver that US is giving us? We will not abide by the waiver that is being given by the US, and the government needs to come out and explain. So this is what the opposition parties are saying about the language that is being used by the Secretary of Treasury of the United States. But what we see is that the government has been saying that we will work in our national interest, we will continue buying Russian oil, and we have, as of now, adequate supply of oil for our domestic consumption. And they are in talks with the other countries too, that if needed, they will buy oil from them. So whatever in the national interest, the government will be doing that. But the politics, after that particular statement has risen, we have seen opposition attacking the language that is being used, and we can expect throughout the day, the press conference of the Congress Party could also happen on this issue.
Mohit, stay on with us. In fact, we are now getting reactions from the Bharatiya Janata Party as well. In fact, viewers, a political face-off has erupted after the Congress Party targeted the government over waiver on oil imports, especially from Russia. The Bharatiya Janata Party has hit back, accusing the Grand Old Party of spreading panic and fake news while hailing centre's oil diplomacy. The reaction has come from Pradeep Bhandari of the Bharatiya Janata Party, who's put out a post on X saying, and I'm quoting him here, a big egg on the face of anti-India Rahul Gandhi in Congress, which wanted to create panic by spreading fake news on oil shortage. And he's also said, yet again, India's strategic oil diplomacy under Prime Minister Modi succeeds. So this is the reaction from BJP. Now, viewers, we have a reaction coming in from Leader of Opposition in the Lok Sabha, Rahul Gandhi. he has in fact also reacted to this big story that we are seeing right now on the United States of America giving India a 30-day waiver to purchase the Russian oil. And he has in fact hit out strongly at the center and at the Prime Minister as well. Let me straight away go across to my colleague Sagarika, who is joining us live right now from the newsroom. Sagarika, good morning. So that PM is compromised jibe is back.
Yes, it's made a comeback, and this is Rahul Gandhi. He says, and I quote, India's foreign policy emerges from the collective will of our people. It should be rooted in our history, our geography and our spiritual ethos based on Satya and Ahimsa. What we are witnessing today is not policy. It is the result of the exploitation of a compromised individual. He was responding to a post of the Congress Party, which has gone hammer and tongs against the government. The Congress Party put out a video of Rahul Gandhi from the 11th of February 2026, and they said that while speaking in the Lok Sabha, leader of opposition Rahul Gandhi warned about India's energy security being compromised, and then they quoted, on which Rahul Gandhi uses the compromised individual barb. He revives it once again with regards to all the politics that's playing out over what the United States has said on the 30-day waiver to India on buying Russian oil. But we also need to put facts on record. Hina, sources have been telling us that the government has always maintained its position with regards to Russian oil, that for India, India's interests come first. And right now, the government is taking all steps to ensure our oil supply is secure. It's over to you.
Right. Thank you very much, Sagarika. Appreciate you joining us with all of those details. Thank you, Mohit, for your inputs as well. We are slipping into another short break right now. Coming back with lots more. Don't go anywhere.